Yo, what up? So today we're going to be reacting to Rihanna, Lift Me Up. I think it's been over 6 years now that we've heard anything from her, so I'm really excited. So without further ado, my name is Tristan. I'm going to be your vocal coach for today. Let's go. Oh! Okay. The golden R. All right.
Lift me up. Hold me down. Keep me close.
Bruh, she's sounding thick. Like her vocals are sounding super, super thick.
Safe and sound. Burning in a hopeless dream. Hold me when you go to sleep.
Oh my god. It is actually super refreshing in a sense to hear such powerful vocals in the low range from a female voice. You don't hear this super often in today's music. Usually it's kind of airy and breathy down there, but she just gives it to us straight away.
Keep me in the warmth of your love when you depart. Keep me safe, safe and sound. Lift me up. Hold me down. Keep me close. Safe and sound.
Interesting choice that the verse is a little bit more powerful than the chorus actually. But what's interesting to me is that even though she is reducing the volume in the chorus, her vowels are staying exactly the same, which I think gives her a lot of tonal consistency. And like I said, that fullness that she had in her voice at the beginning. So for example, she has this big A vowel, say, and it's pretty loud and pretty full in the verse. And when we get into the chorus here, she does exactly the same thing with just a bit more air on it. So she goes from say to say. It's really, really nice. I love hearing that kind of thing in voices. She's actually just maintaining the exact same position in more or less both volumes. Makes her sound super consistent.
Drowning in an endless sea.
Oh.
Take some time and stay with me. Keep me in the strength of your arms. Keep me safe, safe and sound.
Holy, the falsetto.
Lift me up. Hold me down.
And what she does as well that I think sounds so beautiful is that she ascends in pitch as the pitch increases. She doesn't keep the same fullness. She actually drops some of it in favor of more of this like bright, twangy type of a sound. And you'll hear more of that, I'm sure, in a second here.
Burning in a hopeless dream. Hold me when you go to sleep. Keep me safe. We need light. We need love.
Her falsetto has so much character to it. It's so easy to have a falsetto that sounds detached from someone's vocals, if that makes sense. And somehow her falsetto has so much character and tone to it. You can tell it's Rihanna's falsetto. A lot of times with falsetto, you can't distinguish one from another.
Lift me up in your arms.
So like right here, when I was mentioning earlier how when she goes up, she drops the weight. She's left the say, right? She's not doing that all the way up here.
Lift me up in your arms.
In ya. She goes for something like that instead. In your arms. She's not going in your arms. She's not keeping that same oomph that she has at the bottom. And it kind of makes it sound a bit more sensual, a little bit more intimate, right? Because this vowel, the A vowel, A, generally speaking, in order to ascend in pitch with that and to have intensity to it, it's got to get really loud. And you can think of that on a practical level. If I just go A, A, it's just gonna keep getting louder. But if I change my vowel, I can all of a sudden reduce the volume.
I need love, I need love, I need love. On me, 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 on me. We need light, we need love.
Nice. I think this is a promo trailer for the, I guess, the new Black Panther movie, which I'm excited to see because I'm tired of all these other superhero movies. I'm sick and tired of it. I have been sick of them for a long time, but what put the final nail in the coffin for me was fucking Dwayne Johnson as whoever this new superhero is. I don't know. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to see it, but I'm going to see this one. Let's see what the comments have to say. Love this so much. People always expect a big dance track for a comeback, but Rihanna does it how she feels. That's why I love her well. Also, maybe a little bit of that Marvel money. I'm just keeping it real. She's an excellent artist and knows that sometimes a soft but powerful ballad is the best option to convey emotion. The thing is, here's what I kind of find annoying sometimes when an artist like has a comeback. People expect everything. And that's not really how it works. A lot of times, the reason why you are stepping away from the spotlight is to take a break. So coming back with like, oh, the biggest banger in all of music, is like, it's not going to really happen that way because you're warming back up to things. You're just trying to get your foot in the door and getting back into the flow and the rhythm of things. So I was not expecting some big dance track, some big whatever it is. And I'm glad that she did things the way that she did because it's super chill. It's low key. Her voice sounds amazing. And to me, someone's voice sounding really good after a break is the most important. Rihanna, the more you age, the more amazing you become. Your voice has matured beautifully. Your tone is so rich. Even with so few lyrics, you give the song so much depth it hits a soulful impact. I do actually think her voice sounds really, really thick as well. I love the word thick. Let's just take a listen to how she used to sound.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Very different vocal style, actually. There's two ways, generally speaking, to approach darkening your voice. You can approach darkening the sound by actually physically engaging more, right? So I can go, hey, and it's a pretty loud and intense type of a sound, right? And it has some fullness to it. And so that type of darkness is actually increased by increasing the tension in the vocal folds, which is what Rihanna is doing in Lift Me Up. However, in this Diamonds performance, she is doing more of less tension in the vocal folds and is instead darkening the tone by changing the shape in her vocal tract. So I can go, hey, which is the thicker version, or I can go, hey, which is the lighter version, but I'm sort of doing that around it. Does that make sense? So it's interesting to me that her voice has changed in this way over the years, which is not uncommon for female voices. A lot of female voices actually do tend to get a bit darker as they age.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Whoa.
I'm also noticing her voice had a little bit more, it's almost like Sia-like in the sense that it's held a bit. Ooh, whoa, whoa. She has something like that, which is a little bit more pop, right? Whereas in Lift Me Up, it's a bit more dramatic and it's a bit more out and forward and loud. Like here.
Hold me when you go to sleep.
You see? Hold me when you go to sleep. Right? My guess as well is that in Diamonds, she's soft in the low range.
When you hold me, I'm alive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there we go. This is more conventionally pop. And in Lift Me Up, it's a bit different. Actually, in a lot of different ways. These changes are not just age. Age can have an effect, certainly, but these are technical changes. And a lot of times, it's hard to distinguish the difference between technical change and someone's voice maturing as they age. But there's a lot of technical changes here. There's nothing about maturing that requires you to sing louder in the low range, as opposed to more airy and breathy. There's nothing about aging that requires you to change your vowels to the fuller, thicker sounds in the low range. So, anyway, just throwing that out there. It can often be difficult to discern the difference between someone changing their technique and their approach to how they use their voice, and changes that occur with age. It's a difficult thing to study, I think, actually, especially because oftentimes as people age, just a little bit of an aside, they take on more of an authoritative role in their lives. I think Rihanna's a mother now. And so a lot of times your voice becomes a bit more stern and full as a result of that. And so this question of like, is the voice itself aging, or is the person changing their technique and their approach to their voice unconsciously? Hopefully that makes some sense. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction. If you did, be sure you subscribe to the channel, bell notification on, and go ahead and check out my Patreon if you're a singer and you want to hear more technical information, stuff that I can't really go into detail on YouTube about because it's just a bit too nerdy, if that makes sense. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.